In this lesson, we're going to discuss how to multiply a rational expression. Some steps to keep in mind are: 1, we need to factor the numerators and denominators completely. We need to divide out common factors of the numerators and denominators, canceling them out. Multiply those numerators and denominators back together, and then making sure that they have the top and bottom have no common factors other than 1. I'm going to show you 3 examples here. Example number 1. We need to multiply these expressions. Now, there's more than one way to do this. We can start by factoring out common factors. So, for instance, I see 2 on bottom. I can divide that 8 by 2 and be left with 4. I see this 3 and 15 up here, which means we'd be left with a 5 on top. So I've got 5 over 4 as my numbers right now. And now I need to think, okay, I've got x to the 4th, x to the 2nd. That's a total of x to the 6th. I've got x to the 2nd, x to the 3rd. That's a total of x to the 5th. So what we learned previously, 6 minus 5, means I'm left with 1x on top. So I can cancel out those x's. We're all done with them. Now I got y to the 5th over y to the 2nd, which would leave me with y to the 3rd on top. Now that's one way. If that canceling out was good for you, perfect. I'm going to show you a second scenario of simplifying this, where we'll get the same answer. You could also multiply the numerators, multiply across. 2 times 15 is 30. X to the 4th, x to the 2nd, we get x to the 6th. Y to the 5th over 3 times 8 is 24. X to the 2nd, x to the 3rd, that leaves us with x to the 5th. And we have y to the 2nd. Now we can just simplify our numbers and all of our variables. So 30 over 24, I can divide both by 6, and I'm left with that same 5 over 4. X to the 6th over x to the 5th, that leaves me with an x on top. Y to the 5th over y to the 2nd, 5 minus 2 leaves me with y to the 3rd on top. So there's 2 ways you can do that problem. Let's move on. We've got x plus 2 over 3x plus 12 times x plus 2 over x squared minus 4. We need to factor all 4 sides completely. X plus 2 looks like it's factored. 3x plus 12, that looks like a GCF. So if I factor that, I'm left with 3 times x plus 4 times, we got to factor the right side. X plus 4, that's fully factored. X squared minus 4, that is a difference of squares. So we're going to be left with x plus 2 times x minus 2. Now, all we need to do is look for things on top and bottom that could cancel out. So what I see is I see an x plus 2 on the bottom, x plus 2 on the top. I see x plus 4, x plus 4. So remember, when everything is erased on top, you're left with a 1. And now we've got 3 times x minus 2. Well, we're just going to put that together. And there is my final answer. So factor all 4 quadrants, all 4 sides. Reduce whatever you can cancel out on top and bottom. And then put whatever's left over together. All right, let's take a look at this one. I'm going to factor this side first. Looks like on the top, I've got GCF. On the bottom here, I've got a trinomial. So 10x minus 40, I see a greatest common factor of 10, leaving me with x minus 4. X squared minus 6x plus 8. So multiply to get 8, add to get negative 6. I see x minus 2 and x minus 4. Over here we've got x plus 5 on the top. And this looks like a GCF to me. I apologize, I wrote a 5, didn't I? That should be x plus 3 on the top. 5x plus 15, greatest common factor is 5. So we're left with x plus 3. Now let's go through and cancel stuff out. I see an x minus 4, x minus 4, x plus 3, x plus 3. I see 10 on the top over 5. I can reduce that by dividing both of them by 5. That leaves with a 1 and a 2 on top. So my final answer would be 2 over x minus 2. Now you can't reduce those 2's because of that subtraction sign, and this is as far as you can go. Here is your answer.